Hello everyone, I am Tresor Ndala Buzangu, the founder of Tshijuka RDP. Before starting to answer to some of the questions, I will just start to giving a small light about what Tshijuka RDP is doing. Basically, you know that when fleeing conflict, many refugees basically end up by losing their academic documents. And this is a big issue because it's disqualified them to actually apply for some education or job opportunities. And that is even why you can see that only 7% of refugees are actually acceding to higher education now. And from that, we know that there are some schools who actually keep the duplicate, but then like the process to retrieve it is basically very difficult. Is why we have come with Tshijuka RDP app, which is basically a platform that connects refugees with their respective schools, making sure that it can allow them to retrieve their academic document everywhere they are. Just by using their phone, they can actually retrieve it directly. Starting by the questions, the first one basically about how was the experience with FAST. The experience with FAST was very impactful. When I can remember from the first day of inauguration, there was the director of Inkomoko who was actually, we can see that she was very passionate about speaking how to help young Africans with their small businesses to succeed. That was very impactful, and even now I can realize that it was impactful because us as Yali alumni, when we testify that USIUD just close up the Yali, we know that it's not for granted that that kind of thing can happen. Starting from the first day when we learn about design thinking in this FAST, it was also, I was really very impacted, and I was implementing it in my business as the side of the problem, because before I was seeing the problem more in the terms of personal experience, because myself also in 2022 when I got admission to Ashesi, I actually realized that I lost my document, my passport, and I got help from Laura Karu, who is actually the director of Jolingo refugee program. And from that, it was really personal also. And even when I also got an internship by the help of Araba Bushwe to go for this for Kangwale refugee camp, where I also testified that many of refugees were having the same problem. But then from that design thinking class, Judy actually said that we are supposed to be seeing it in the side of the customer. And I went to again for more ethnography research, where I found more about the problem, and more than 900 of the refugees in Naki Valley refugee camp were actually facing the same problem. From that, for the business also structure, I also learned more a lot about how the revenue stream should not be just on the way of retrieving documents, but there are other things also about maybe digitalization of the schools that existing. It can also bring money, and even for other things, backing the document also bring money. And even for also the MVP and the launching, from the advice of my mentor, I was able to know that we are not supposed to wait for the app to be complete so that we can actually start the business. But then just with the app, the way we're doing it, and we've been able to launch from January 5, and we have also saved around 70 some review to get their document, and it was actually very good. From there, the second question, I think it was about just how do I see it in future. In future is basically about expansion. We are going to expand it from countries like maybe South Sudan, where I'm actually my friend who is there, and it's going to be like a casual employee who's going to help for schools in South Sudan, and we are going to also to expand it in all the refugees camp in Uganda. And also we see it in future to actually participate in the plan of 15 by 30 of increasing actually the refugee participation in higher education. And also we are thinking that we are going to, in future, we are going to expand it not only for academic documents, but also for other documents. So if for the third question, I think it was about just what do I want people to know. So I'm just requesting one thing about it. I want this video to be shared or displayed during the Africa Forum for Displacement that is going to be taking place in Nairobi, April 29, 28. Why? Because the last time I participated, many of people were there. They were looking how they can help refugees with the access to education, also for access to jobs. And we know that without document, this cannot be feasible. They can come, we can collaborate, and then we find a way that we can do it together. We know that it's difficult, but we believe in what Fred Swanika always say, that when you get the opportunity to study, do hard things. And this one is for us, it's the same way for us to go for success and innovation. We are motivated to do the hard things. Thank you.